Welcome back to Dog Tags. Jim Folis has served as the Massachusetts commander of the Disabled American Veterans. He attended the Midwinter Conference in Washington, D.C. and talked to Dog Tags executive producer Cecil Hickman.
Anything that you've noticed, I think you keep your ear to the ground, the state capitol, I assume. You got a legislative director and things like that. And I imagine you'll watch out for things that are dealing with vets. Any thoughts?
Oh, definitely. The one thing that we stress, and well, we were told not to try and push any bills right now for money because money is very tight, you know. But what we're worrying about and what we're constantly watching is if they try to take any benefits away from us. Because the minute we find out about it, and we're very fortunate that we are on good standing with them, you know, they tell us if something's going to be changed or not, we're able to act on it right away. Instead of it happening, then we find out, now it's too late to make a change, you know. So Massachusetts is very fortunate because we do have a lot of benefits that a lot of other states don't have, you know, and only because I think they really care about the veterans. I mean, there may be a lot of other things that they don't worry about, but I do think they care about the veterans.
DAV Massachusetts Jim Folis, whose term expires this month. The new commander will be Anita Reed, who at the time of this interview was the senior vice commander.
Do you also track legislation in the State House?
Yes, as a matter of fact, at the beginning of my term in September, I met with the minority leader of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and we had a long discussion. It was kind of an informative type thing where he was basically asking us questions as to what the veterans need and what we are trying to get. And we basically have tried to put a positive aspect on this. We want the legislatures to know that the DAV is here, that we're keeping an eye on what they're doing, and that we are there to support them when they're helping us, and we are there to let them know when they are negligent in some of the things that we need.
New State Commander Anita Reed. Ken Koyman is the junior, soon-to-be senior, vice commander of the DAV in Massachusetts.
Anything catch your ear? Anything important that is coming up in legislatively or whatever, membership or whatever you think?
Well, I'm a retired National Service Officer. I worked for the DAV for about 20 years. One of the things over the last 2 years that I have really paid particular attention to are some of the innovative issues that the VA is looking at and what they're trying to do to expedite and streamline the claim system. I keep walking away from here, as I did last year, and I will be walking away again this year, with this understanding that there is hope, there is something out on the horizon, there is a thought process, and it is going beyond just words, but it is going into actions with test sites. I know in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Providence is one of the test sites, and it is doing very well. It has exceeded all sorts of national expectations and proving that these new systems can work.
The federal head of that effort is the Veterans Administration's Executive Director of VELA, which stands for Virtual Lifetime Electronic Records. His name, Joe Piver, and we introduced him to you on our first show last month.
I'm a service officer, local service officer, volunteer, and when we do benefits and try to use e-benefits, the way it is now, sometimes we have to learn how to get them on DEERS if they're before a certain date, I guess. And once you get through DEERS, you have to go through the e-benefit stuff and set them up for My Healthy Vets. And sometimes, to be quite frank, it's a little intimidating to do that. You hope this new system will make it simpler.
I'm sure the new system will make it much simpler, but I do believe there's always going to be a role for the VSOs, right? There'll always be a place. If you look at TurboTax, so TurboTax certainly makes it easier to file your taxes, but there's still a lot of people that need help filing their TurboTax, even when they do it online using one of those online tax preparation forms. It will come down to the complexity of each individual's claim and each individual's own kind of natural propensity to use the computer and natural abilities. And, you know, I always tell my boss, you know, the great thing about America is Portuguese guys like me can eat chorizo, and Italian guys can have meatballs, right? And so I think that's the future of Vila, right? It's meatballs for the Italian guys and chorizo for the Portuguese guys.
Hey, we'll love that in New Bedford. We love, oh, you like linguiça, yeah. That's great. What area are you from? I mean,
So I was born and raised in Newport.
Okay.
And so I used to, so I'll tell you, Tony's Bakery, every time I come home, I got to run to Tony's to get my masa. So that's like mandatory. If I'm going to come visit New Bedford, I have to go to Tony's to get masa.
That was Joe Piva,